She's young, stupid, unsophisticated. Eliana Johnson criticizes Caitlin Clark for bending the knee to the woke mob. Caitlin Clark may have received Time magazine's 2024 Athlete of the Year award, but she received backlash and negative comments as a result as well, particularly from her white privilege statement that sparked conversations and mostly negative reactions. For one journalist, this just proved that Clark is young, stupid, and unsophisticated. In one of the recent episodes of media personality Megan Keel's podcast, guest Eliana Johnson touched on the reason behind Caitlin Clark's white privilege comment on her Time interview, and the possibility of her saying this to appease the woke mob and her critics. As Johnson saw it, Caitlin caving into the woke agenda did not serve her well, as the critics went on to attack her more rather than stop. Clark made the decision to go along, and to get along, and this is the way to silence her critics, Johnson said. One could understand that, but the reality is that accepting this award and then saying what she said about white privilege is not going to silence any critics. It's not going to help her go along to get along, and you see that from the reaction of the Mystics owner. Sheila Johnson, Washington Mystics co-owner, downplayed Clark's recognition and pointed out that awards that single out certain players can only lead to hard feelings and can be a catalyst for racism. Which is why it's clear she's young and stupid and not unsophisticated and doesn't realize this, Eliana added. Caitlin Clark's speech labeled unattractive. As Caitlin Clark continued to face backlash over her white privilege statement and how people think that she has bent the knee and has gone full woke, entrepreneur and podcast host Patrick Bet-David thinks that she've asterisked up her chance to get more fans hooked to the WNBA and instead turned people away from it. In one of the recent episodes of the PBD podcast, Bet-David called Caitlin Clark's Time interview an unattractive acceptance speech, questioning why the WNBA star had to touch the topic of race at all. What an unattractive acceptance speech. I'm so upset and disappointed with this, Bet-David said. Why can't you just not make a comment like that? Just play the game you're playing a game. For me, she screwed up, he went on, still talking about Caitlin Clark's race-centric statement. She *ed up because she could have brought a new audience to the WNBA, but she *ed up because she caved, and the people in WNBA, the executive team, think they did the right thing.